Hey guys, it's Big Soprano. So, video games heal the soul. Whether you're in a bad time in your life or just witness something traumatic, you'll slowly feel better about things or your life by playing a good ass story game. And this is my story. So, in 2023, I got kicked out of the one place I called home at the time, and I started living with my dad, which was infinitely worse. It was probably the worst household I've ever been in. And yes, it's worse than the trap house. It was a terrible place, honestly. It was like some sort of it felt like a psych ward, honestly. Cuz like everyone there is probably mentally ill. And it was the rent was cheap. It was like $500 and you have to apply for it. And I don't know what type of apartment or place it was, but it seems like some sort of low income housing for people with mental issues or something. There was this homeless guy that was always screaming, and he could beat someone up. He could beat anyone up. It's insane. I heard he threw a guy into the dumpster. And I don't know if this is part of the story or not, or if I'm misremembering it, but I think he threw a couch on top of the person in the dumpster. So yeah, it was a pretty fucked up place I was living in, and it doesn't help that my dad is also mentally ill, but he's severely mentally ill. He's bipolar, and he's just all these things. He's a crazy maniac, and I don't even talk to him now. He's honestly a horrible person, and he treated my mom very poorly too, but he also just treats me poorly. He's just a shitty person. But I was riddled with guilt after what happened that got me kicked out of my house. I became a bad person at that time. I was honestly a pretty shitty person at that time. I was a horrible person at the time. I didn't make very good choices, and I fucked up a lot of stuff, and I had a lot of shame for it. I was just full of shame staying at my dad's. It was really bad. I was very guilty, and it took me forever for me to get over it. Even to this day, it still gets to me. It haunts me. But I also got into physical fights with my dad as well, and it was horrible. Probably some of the worst things I've ever done, but it's not like it was entirely my fault, honestly. He was a pretty violent person too, so put two violent people in a room, obviously they're gonna fight, right? Because I was violent at the time. I was not safe to be around. Honestly, I was pretty bad. And it was horrible. It was just a horrible time staying at my dad's. And I finally decided to lay back and recover. Because this was a terrible time in my life to be alive. I tried to recover and lay back from all this trauma by playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. And it's like my comfort game. It's probably the only game I played when I was at my absolute lowest. So it's pretty comforting. I could probably play it any time. And, well, while I was playing it, I could feel myself healing as I get immersed into the world. And I was, telling my friend, yo, video games heal the soul, bro. It's not a fix. It's not a fix. Video games won't fix your life, but it will make you feel better about it. At least a good story game will. Which in my experience, a good story game did help me feel better about myself. Because that was a really bad time in my life. And it fucking sucked. And I just think it was just a really, really bad time. Honestly. And Yakuza Like a Dragon was healing my soul as I played. So I beat the game, and it was one of the best video game experiences I've had in the past few years. And by now, I fully recovered from all those past traumas, and I fully moved on from it in my life. So now things are much better. But I feel like video games do heal the soul. If a new Yakuza game came out, I feel like I would feel better about myself with the current state I'm in and all that. But these games, they release once every few years or whatever, so I don't really got anything to play. I don't really play video games these days. The only thing I play is what I'm playing for the YouTube channel, so I just haven't been able to enjoy music or video games as much as I did last year compared to when I moved into my current house. So now everything just feels like shit. Like, sure, I could still enjoy music, I could still enjoy video games, but it's just not the same. Like, pussy does not taste the same anymore. You know? That basically sums it up. Video games and music just doesn't feel the same anymore. And I don't know what happened. It's just I moved into this new place and suddenly I lost all joy in the world. And it really fucking sucks. I think I should talk about it to my therapist because things just don't hit anymore. And I feel like it affected my music making. Like, man, one of the best studio sessions I had was at my dad's apartment while all that shit was going on. And it was really fun, but I was actually able to cook up something. But now I can't even just I can't do anything I used to enjoy without it not feeling the same at all. Like, I guess I grew up, I don't know. Some of my friends feel this way, but like I just don't know. But like I feel like video games do heal the soul. That much is true, and I just wish a good game would come out so I could feel better about myself. So today's comment of the day is from Bep Twibot. Man, it's like this video title was a sign for me. Thank you, man. Have a blessed day. Also, me and my friends have been watching your videos together, and it's so awesome hearing your stories. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Bep, for the comment, and I'm glad you saw my new thumbnail. No, my new title, God Rewards Adversity, and felt like it was some sort of sign. I'm trying some new style to see if it will work out and all that. But thank you a lot.